Okay, I'm gonna try this again. Sorry about that, everybody. I just put like 4 charts in here when I was waiting for this stupid ass computer to fix. Okay, I picked 4 more charts, and it was the charts that I saw that popped up. All right, Tammy, yes, we're gonna do Tammy's. All right, one sec. All right, Tammy. Leo, right? This is not my normal computer, so I don't have 100% of everything on here. The Leo rising 12/3/68, 12:37 a.m. Okay. So Leo risings, they're very vivacious. They're the limelight of fun to be around. Like, you're probably fun to be around in general. Sometimes this nakshatra, you can be a little too fun. Like, you're kind of like the life of the party. You like to have fun. Okay. This is my sun sign, so I can be fun sometimes. I get it. But this particular nakshatra can be a little bit like, indulgent with things, just so you know. Now you also have K2 Mars and Jupiter in the second in Virgo. So heavy Virgo in your chart. So you probably felt, I don't even know if you were a Pisces or whatever, but I don't even know what 12/3 is, but extremely a perfectionist with certain things. Okay. So you may have been a little shy when you were younger. You're intense, like the anger. I mean, like, you can talk about, because I can be an intense, blocked off, guarded biatch. Okay. So can you, because yours is in Virgo. So you have K2 Mars Jupiter conjunct in the second. So this can be very intense. It also can be like you had a home upbringing that wasn't so smooth sailing. So, there's a reason why everybody is the way that they are. But you're intense. Like, your moon's in Critica. Like, I would like you for a multitude of reasons, because you're going to speak it like it is. You're an investigator. Your sun, you have Mercury and Sun conjunct in Scorpio, which is phenomenal for real estate, making money, being savvy. Like, you'll be able to make money, and you'll be savvy, and you'll be able to sell anything. But you're going to have a shy side to you that doesn't want sometimes even talk to anybody. Like, it's like me. Like, I'm in sales and I have to be on, like, talking to people 24/7, but I love to not talk to people and be alone. Good with your hands, healer, like massage therapist, anything like that. Good with business, good cook, good chefs. You need to start your own business, that's for sure. The way you think is extremely, okay, so your moon is in Critica. And so sometimes people might think you're extremely intense. And that was from the Virgo, and then your moon being in Critica. So when your moon's in Critica, you can be like, people can think you're judging them, but you're a perfectionist with certain things. And then in addition to that, you're also critical. You're good at analyzing things, pinpointing the details. I mean, you're one hell of an investigator. For sure. And you have, Saturn and Rahu in the 8th. So that's not easy. That's like lots of change. Lots of it. Disgrace, change, surrender, control, manipulation. So, like, it's not easy. But, when you have planets in Scorpio, and I mean, it depends on how this goes in your chart, but you have to be careful with addictions. Yeah. Okay. So I would say for you right now, you're just intense. You're intense, but I totally, you could have some good friends right now that are good for you. Good friends. All right. You got to cut the cords though. Okay. So I think for you, let me look at your transits. Work things could be, okay, Rahu in the 12th. You are cleaning house too. Watch out for hidden enemies. They're hidden. You don't know about them. Work enemies, people at work, people behind the scenes. If it's not work, it's just like your day-to-day life, like people you'll run into at the gym, you know, just whoever. Just be very kind of cautious with that. Like great time for, things are going to get a lot better. You may move actually coming up in the next year. Jupiter's going into your 4th house, conjunct Jupiter and the sun. It's going to be good. Very, very good. You are probably going to be unsingle if you're not single. This is phenomenal. Queen of Pentacles, the sun, good stuff. Money's going to change. So definitely some positivity here. If you were thinking about going back to school, maybe not be a bad idea, or maybe your health is not up to par. You know, Rahu in the 12th can do that. Or maybe going back to school for health or something of the sort, or Reiki, like you great. Something with health though, be very cautious with that. So like if there's anything going on in your chart, like, cause Rahu in the 12th can throw you in the hospital, you know? So I'm not trying to scare you here, but Mars and K2 in the 6th. Yeah. I pulled the same cards for the last guy. Anxiety. You're being impatient. You need some patience. The yin yang reversed. I'm going to read you what that means. 22 reversed. Yang cycle, or oh my God, a yang cycle, whatever the hell that is. A yang cycle, which is one of active outgoing energy. This time calls for a more logical approach. And see, like I said, you're more of that like person that's going to speak their mind, even though you're shy, but with age, I'm sure you got a little more outspoken is my guess. This time calls for a more logical approach to all things, but logic needs to be applied to purposeful action. This cycle is often marked by creativity and new beginnings, sometimes with significant outer change. Let yourself apply more forceful energy to the task at hand and take advantage of this highly charged yang cycle. And the sun, this is awesome. After you do that, then your creativity can come to bloom, okay? So Leo risings have not, like Donald Trump's a Leo rising, and it's just enemies, battles, fights, disputes. Like, it's just like shit's in your face because they're behind the scenes and then they explode. It's like unexpected things. And it's cleaning house, like I said. Use your creativity, creative projects, because it's gonna get good. And if you're not feeling well and it's something with the health, then it will improve. Okay, next chart I'm not reading the chat at all. Next is Tracy, 3/13/68, 651. My God, Tracy, I don't even know. You're one of my moderators too. You have an intense chart. Like, I don't know if I've ever looked at your chart before. Okay, I'm going to start with saying anybody with the Rahu in the 1st, they're extremely, like, my worst charts to read. First of all, I have K2 in the 1st. Okay, so I'm going to tell you exactly like it is, and you're not going to like it. All right, it's not going to be what you want to hear. I just had a reading with somebody. I had 3 readings with Rahu in the 1st. The males weren't too keen. The woman was like, this was the most insightful, like, she said it made so much sense. And I was like, I don't even know how the hell that made sense. That made no sense to me, what I just said to her. But that's kind of will be your life. Okay. To sum it all up, you're a Pisces rising in the nakshatra of Revati. No, Uttara Bhadrapada. Ancient scripts, you're going to want to know the secret knowledge, secret truth. You could have been religious at some point of your life, or, you know, always searching for the truth. Very tantric, very, you know, like you could start a cult. Like, you could start your own damn religion and people would follow you. Now, that's just an example. Okay. That's the type of person you are. You're a Pisces rising, very freaking psychic. Like, you ever want to do astrology, tarot, anything like that, you should be doing it. Music. But here's the kicker. Saturn is in your 1st house. Anytime somebody has Saturn in their 1st house, they are constantly second guessing themselves. Am I going to be good enough? I don't know, like shy, makes them quiet, introverted. They take on so much tasks. Like you might be worried about everybody else and healing everybody else and fixing everybody else that you don't even focus on yourself. So wherever Rahu and Ketu sit, they are basically the shadows of the moon. It's the shadows of the moon. I have Ketu in the first. Okay. So Ketu's always in my first house. So it makes me be a little more selfish. Like you will be a little more feeling better in a relationship. Like you won't be self-sufficient so much because K2, you've already achieved relationships. So you feel more comfortable. You're here in this life to figure out yourself. So I like to say to the people with Rahu in the first, if somebody, and you're never going to have fucking support ever. Okay. So if you have a great idea, then if somebody says it's a bad idea, it's probably a good idea. That's how you need to have that mindset, especially with Saturn there and Mars. Like you had some rough shit happen to you in your life. Guarantee you. Like, I'm not even going to go there. Okay. But you're extremely like, there, it's like, I don't want to say too much on here. Then you have K2 and Virgo. Like you have all this like mystical, like woohoo energy. And God. Moon Jupiter, though, you're pretty optimistic for certain things that I'm sure that have happened in your life. Or you're a nurse, okay? You could be a nurse. I wasn't focused on there. All right, let me give you some advice. You're going to have issues in relationships, though. You know, wrong relationships. Like, I would be very surprised if you were married just once. And if so, I don't know how you did it. Okay, so you might have some bad friends, okay? Or you're being deceptive, like to your friends, or they're being deceptive, or something with friends, relationships. That's what's going on for you, I would say, possible. You're going to meet somebody that could be like a soulmate type of thing. But I don't want to say that because you have K2 in the first. Okay, so I don't know if you're in a relationship, if you're married, and I can't read the chat because I guess I can because I already have the charts in. Hold on. I don't want to mess this up. Tracy, okay, spot on. Are you in a relationship? I'm reading the chat. Single. Okay, makes sense. Sorry. I don't think that's a bad thing. But I was going to say that. And then I was like, All right. There's a delay. You have like people, listen, here's the deal. Yeah. All right. This is awesome. And you have these cards, okay? So this sucks. It's like Angel of Love reverse. It's like you're not ready. You're never going to be ready. I'm just going to be honest. Your life is kind of in this life like mine, a little screwed for the relationship sector, okay? No matter who we're in a relationship with for the rest of our lives, it's going to be some sort of task, problem, issue. You know, there's something to fix, something to try to fix, or something that tries to fix us, and then we're like, screw it. So that's a hurdle we have. We have to learn how to balance it, okay? This is like a new skill. The thinking man is, I'll just read you what it says. But I have some good news. That's why I didn't even want to read these cards, but I have to. So this card shows a man in his archway and a crystal in his hand, gazing. Let me tell you, like if you ever want to do anything of this sort, oh my God, I'd be getting readings from you on a daily basis. I swear to God. You have so many things in your chart that are like psychic. It's crazy. But you have to just be careful where you get your beliefs all wrapped up because it can go like so extreme one way or the other. But it's obviously it's not that extreme because you're on my channel. So I would say you've like, you know, maybe at some point of your life you were heavy on this or heavy on that, you know? Okay, so gazing in a crystal in his hand, he's a thoughtful, reflective man representing a potential presence of a teacher in your life now or about to arrive soon. This person could be here to educate you to the finer details of your chosen direction, or maybe here to assist you in some specific spiritual, mental, or emotional pursuits. This card is telling you to pay attention, for this could lead to great strides in professional or personal growth. This man may also be a love interest coming your way, or perhaps just a new male friend. But be on the look. I swear to God, you may meet somebody though, because 2 cards that popped up earlier were like soulmate, love of your life. But don't get too wrapped up in that, because you can go into that fantasy world of like, oh, I want that soulmate. And I'm just going to be honest, like it's going to be very hard for you to have that soulmate. And for you too, just like me. 11, cornucopia. This is the best effing card in the deck. All good shit's coming. Okay. And like, it's not reversed. This means bad. This is good. So I'm not even going to pull you any more cards. I'm just going to tell you what it says. An abundant harvest and great blessings are waiting for you, and you can even find all of your wishes fulfilled. The cornucopia of gifts from the universe can come from financial riches, job, romantic love, or all of the above. When you receive this cornucopia upright, you know that you've done important work and it's about to pay off. The seeds you planted in your energy and your life are ready to be harvested in some significant ways. Get ready for a great feast of abundant values being prepared for you now, and Spirit is applauding you for all your efforts. Great card, great thing. I'm not going to say anything else to you because why would I screw that up? Okay. But all I'm going to say is that you get bored easy. Okay. That's what I'm going to say. So hope that helps. Next I picked was, I don't even know if this is your name, but 10/1/88, 10:54 a.m. So this is, I know I just like typed in half the name, so it's going to sound goofy, but it's Yesik, possible. All right. We're taking a pause here. Hold on. Okay. So, Yesik, I think that's your name. Yeah, if you're new on this one and you didn't watch the last one, please, I suggest you watch the show I just did. All right, so you're 1 degree of a Scorpio. All right, so you're going to feel a lot of Libra. You're barely on that Virgo, or that, why do I keep saying Virgo? Your sun is in Virgo. That's funny. That's why. Okay, so Scorpio rising, Nakshatra Vishaka. So that's a little bit different. You're going to probably have issues in relationships. Like when you were growing up, you did. Always want to be in these unhealthy relationships, these passionate relationships that kind of can end up teaching lessons. Vishaka is an interesting nakshatra because it's ruled by Venus and it's very artistic and very creative, but it can get very jealous. So like dancers and like people that create things, people that fight for causes. Okay, so people that can be very extreme with certain things, depending on what it is, you know. You might have been a little bit shy, or you could have struggled like with money or something like this. Saturn in the second can be like from like a rags to riches situation. So like you really struggled at some point of your life. It doesn't mean rags to riches. It's just an expression. And then you really like, it can be you really blossom if you're shy, and then you get really like, boom, you speak your truth, right? So you should too. But you might be extremely worried about what you say a lot. You're only 1 degree too. Oh, shit. Is 10-1, show me a yes. Is 10-1-88, 10:54 a.m. a Scorpio rising? Okay. So Vishaka, though, is like all about fighting for a cause, kind of radical, right? So no matter what it is, like whatever your cause is, okay, it's just like extreme. Your chart's really strong, though. So you have Rahu in the 5th. So I'm curious to know if you have kids. I don't know if you're in here still. Okay, I don't want to just... Okay, so you're very creative. And I don't know if you have kids, but you may really want kids, or may really like want to adopt kids, or maybe you just don't want kids. There's something with the creative sector, but it could be good. Maybe you have kids later, or you have to adopt kids. It's like Angelina Jolie, you know, type of thing. And I hate saying that because everybody's like, oh, she's this way. Okay, pretend like she's not that one part of her. All right, how she wants to adopt. Give me somebody that's like not that way, but you get I think you get my drift. Very, very creative healer too. Service, helping people for sure. You're a perfectionist though. You like things a certain way. And then you have this, okay. I take that back. I read the chart wrong because I'm looking at a small screen. All right. You have K2 in the 10th and you have Rahu in the 4th. Imbalance between work and career. I guarantee you at some point of your life, you kind of wanted to be like a celebrity or something, maybe, right? Or like do something in the limelight. But then it's like, no, I didn't want to. It's like you're shy. It's like you wanted to like, look at me, but don't fucking look at me. That's my saying. Okay. I swear to God, it's like, look at me, but don't look at me. Now, K2 Venus, definitely issues with relationships. There can be work affairs. There can be work problems. You will never work well for anybody else, just so you know. You need to do your own creative thing. You would do really good in real estate, healing, metaphysical things. I mean, there's so many things. Your moon is in Mrigashira, very psychic. Gemini moons, channelers. I mean, there's so many things. Yeah, healing. It's funny. Okay, I'm going to guess you got burned with a relationship, okay? You need to speak up. You have this creative energy busting at the seams. Literally, I can't even explain it to you. But you're going to worry about a lot of things. You have Sun in Virgo, warrior, okay? You're going to worry about everything being perfect, right? You actually have a Sun in Virgo. Like, I was supposed to have a Sun in Virgo. Like, if you did a business, you would be worried about the website. I don't give two shits about my website. You can see I put it up in 20 seconds, okay? That's how you know I'm not a Virgo. Like, the only way I'm a Virgo is my Venus, which is debilitated. Now, you have a Sun in Virgo. So this is more like ego and how people see you. And it's like, but it's also a healer. Okay, so this is the first card I pulled, was this door to personal happiness and healing. You are a healer, period. Psychic ability or astrology. So anything metaphysical that you may be thinking about doing, I would say, for sure. Go for it, study it, learn it. You know, you're maybe just like you got other distractions going on. Yep. There we go. The devil, a shitty, unhealthy relationship. Or something that's tying you down. Doesn't mean a relationship. Maybe it's a work job. Maybe it's a job that you feel stuck to, like a prisoner, and you can't get out. But you need to do it. You need to break loose. Okay? All right. That's good with your hands too. Like Reiki, that kind of thing. This fucking computer, swear to God. You might see something fly through my walls. All right, so Paula I picked. Paula is 5'7", that's this girl, October, that's a problem. I probably put the wrong birthday in. No, Jessica, I did your chart. I just did it. You might want to rewind. All right, so next is Paula. Paula, 5'7", 66. 1421. All right, Leo rising, Nakshatra of Purval Falguni. So this particular nakshatra, like I said earlier, somebody else had this. They're more of the fun one to be around. You don't have any planets in your first house though, so this can go lots of different ways. All right. The role of your chart goes into the 9th house of your beliefs, traveling, higher knowledge, wisdom, writing books, novels, things like politics, like working for the government. Doesn't mean you have to work for the government, but you know, Purva Falguni, sometimes, you know, it's somebody that likes to indulge. Maybe it's indulge in like traveling. It doesn't always mean you know, because the ruler of the first goes into the 9th. Let me see something else. I'm going to say a lot of things in your life might have been focused on other people. You don't have planets in your first house. So Moon in the 5th, Sagittarius. Yeah, you're definitely want to be traveling. Like you need to be traveling. It's funny I said that. I'm not, okay, so every reading I did tonight, I didn't even look at the dashas. So, you know, this is a very broad, like this is such a generic reading. That's why I'm pulling cards. But Purva Falguni is people that are good with like setting people up to somebody that could like be really good at business development, matchmakers, you know, that kind of thing. Very creative, Moon in the Moolah, very like a heavy investigator, somebody that can dig deep to the surface of things and remove what's not necessary, but also people that like to investigate. Also like to look at like past life events. Could have had some issues with the mother. I don't want to say that I pulled the same 3 cards for you as I did her. The girl, two people, not Tammy, yeah, it might have been Tammy. Tammy, you have the same thing. Actually, she's a Leo. Isn't she a Leo rising too? Hold on. No. But I still pulled her this. I don't know. Cornucopia. Good shit's coming your way. Okay, we'll just leave it at that. Oh my God. Paula, sorry. Okay, I guarantee you could have been religious at some point. But rebellious a little bit, you know, so, okay, Venus and Saturn in the 8th. You got to be careful with addictions, overindulging too. And you got to be careful who you're around because people can suck the life out of you. Imbalance of work and home life. Like you probably always focused on work. Could have focused on money, finances, work. Very critical. Could have been an analyst. Money, man holding a coin. Okay, money's coming your way, but it's going to come with some fights, maybe a little bit. All right, what does Paula need to know? Very creative, though, Paula. Like you kind of have this little political side to you, too. What does Paula need to know? You need a new job. Success with money. You need a new job, success with money. And like your job right now might not be that great. Could be dangerous. Like it's something about it is not healthy. Okay, I'm going to read you these two cards. This card, walking away, card 27. Girl with she's at an offense gate. It's reversed. What it says is this card reverse signals that you feel very stuck in a present situation or location. The job or relationship may no longer serve you, yet out of habit or perhaps fear, you allow yourself to stay when it might be healthier to consider walking away. Habit and being familiar are compelling forces, often causing people to ignore their intuition, even dishonor their genuine feelings. It's a time of honest investigation. Consider all the factors in the present situation. Perhaps the timing isn't quite right, and there may be some purpose in staying a little while longer. Don't deceive yourself about motivations. However, fear-based decisions don't often work. You also might be stuck in a long-term personal habit of unhealthy patterns. Be aware that you always have the option and the responsibility to let go and walk away from the negativity, to move to greater happiness. And then, but after that, it's like this one, the door to personal happiness and healing. So it's good. Like you can heal. Whatever this mess you're in, it can definitely heal. Or you could be healing. Because you know what? The people that are the most screwed up, I'm not going to lie, are the best healers. Okay. Like I would never get a reading or take advice from somebody that didn't have some fucked up situation happen in their life. Why? Why would I? You don't know. You read some textbooks? Okay. Because I'm not going to believe that. So like, I'm not going to feel comfortable unless the person that I know has gone through a shitstorm or, so some of the best healers are the people with the most problems. Period. And I'm not talking about the ones that sit on, that are like, woohoo, living in la la land. I'm talking the ones that tell you like it is. Like the ones that are like, yeah, these are my concern. Like I'm good at talking about relationships because I suck at them. I'm telling you everything that I am not good at. And that's like what I want to be at, right? Like I wish I could be good at that, but I suck at them. I am a mess in relationships. It's okay. And a mess but you know what? Another thing too, screw the relationships. Another thing is being myself, because before I thought I always had to be in a relationship or I had to be around people. Now I just like being fucking alone. Like I love being alone by myself and not answering to anybody. And, this is my problem though, because when you're too self-centered and too self-focused, you don't give two shits about anybody else. Everybody else in your life is disposable. And that's kind of my motto. And it's not necessarily healthy. There has to be some sort of a balance, because when you can get as cold as ice like me, you just don't care. Like if they walk away, you're like, better luck. But then for me, I look at that like, well, I'd rather be like that than be sopping on the ground, crying, not being able to just go work it off. Where would you rather be? I'm not saying this is your chart, but I'm saying you have had some strenuous things. A lot of people tonight, I'm sure have, and that watch this. Because people that watch my show, I guarantee you have intense charts. If you're attracted to my channel, you have an intense chart, some way, shape, or form. So. All right. Sorry, next. Do I have another one or that's it? I think that might be it for tonight. All right. So, yeah, I'm not willing to sacrifice for anybody. And you know what? I look at life like this, and I know it sounds selfish, but I am selfish. Okay. I am selfish. Why? Because I'm allowed to be, because it's healthy. Everybody worries so much about what everybody else wants them to do and wants them to be. Like, I don't have kids, but I didn't have kids because I'm selfish. I didn't want them. Sorry, that's just why. People have these rules and regulations and these things that people think that they need to be with the rules and with, like, I never had that, oh God, I can't wait to have kids. Never. So like, I knew I wasn't supposed to have kids. This was just like an intuition thing. I like kids. They're cute. They're nice, whatever. If they're not snobby little brats, because that's like my tolerance for that's like 1 second. But, you know, I've never was like that person that wanted babies. You know, I was playing with cash registers. I wasn't playing with Barbie dolls and baby dolls. Okay. So some people, there's like different strokes for different folks. So the point is, if you're so worried about, and I'm going to end on this because I run into this so much, and it bothers me, because one thing I'm good at is, and I was not good at this, understand that I was in a shitty relationship, just jumping off into another shitty relationship because I was afraid to be alone, right? Because I was scared, like, what's going to happen? Oh my God. Like, and it wasn't even like financially. I didn't give two shits about that. I made more money than half the people I've ever been with. It's been more the fact that, like, sleeping alone. Somebody going to rob my house. Here comes my K2 Mars, right? Sleeping alone, being alone. Can I handle this on my own? Yeah. Everything is great alone. Okay. And I was in a relationship my entire life, from one to another, to a marriage, to an engagement. I swear to God. Okay. So a lot of times, and this is a Venus retrograde, because a Venus retrograde is going to bring these nasty rat sucking like people that suck the life out of you before. Everybody's like, oh, Venus retrograde's great. It can bring, I don't believe that. And maybe I'm just being negative because maybe it can bring something great. But I'm going to tell you what Venus retrograde has done to me. Either somebody I was with, one of their exes have like sprung along, right? And that brought them in, and I knew about it because I knew Venus was retrograde, and it ruined a relationship because I always have problems with the exes. But this is in my chart, okay? So I'm aware of this. I'm already, like, my radar is up. Or some shitty person that treated you like complete trash will be like, oh, everything's, I'm going to change. And you're going to be like, oh, should I be with him? Her? Should I? She's great. Maybe I should go back to her. This is your test. The last test of 2018 of all this retrograde nonsense that's been going on. So you're going to make the decision. Do you want to keep procrastinating it and keep procrastinating the trash that needs to be removed? Or you can truck along like you've been doing. Like, a lot of people will have like ended it, right? Ended something. Doesn't always have to be a relationship. It could be money, a business, something, anything with Venus. Women, people, friends, who knows? Shitty friends, shitty things like that. So then they come back and they test you. And you're like, oh, well, maybe that's a good idea again. Maybe that could work. Well, maybe it could. I'm not saying never say never. But a retrograde is usually a lesson. Always usually a lesson. So it might be great for a certain time, but then like next Venus retrograde, you'll have to blast that through, right? So it could be like until the next Venus retrograde, which is a few years from now. It's like 4 or 5 years. So just know, 3 years. Just know that whatever you're being tested on right now, just sleep with one eye open. I know it sounds horrible, but that's my advice. Like, sleep with one eye open. That's with that situation. Be cautious, be guarded, and be skeptical. And that's all I have to say. All right, guys, I hope anyway, I'm going to pull everybody a card for this until my next show. So I have Kasana T coming back on this week for everybody's requests for the Nakshatra Series 2. Jenny and I are doing a show this week. This was just like a bonus round. Super chat turned off because that distracts me too much. Okay, it's so funny. Swear to God, I just pulled cards. Blast from the past, cut the cords. So anybody that's listening to this message, if you have that straggler in your life that is straggling, hanging off those limbs that you're trying to like savage and you're trying to fix, and you're trying to make it better. You're just giving them one last fucking chance. All right? Cut the fucking cords and let it go. And if you do, the cornucopia card awaits you. And I'm going to end it on that because this is the best card in the deck. Period. I'm going to read what the cornucopia card means for everybody in case you missed it. All right. This is a big message, though, because I've said this like 5 times, and then I just pulled the cards to sum it up. An abundant harvest and great blessings are waiting for you, and you may even have all your wishes fulfilled. The cornucopia of gifts from the universe can come from form of financial riches, job fulfillment, romantic love, or all of the above. When you receive the cornucopia upright, you know it's that you've done important work and it's about to pay off. The seeds you planted in your energy, in your life, and ready to be harvested in some significant ways. Get ready for a feast of an abundant value is being prepared for you now, and spirit is applauding you for all your effort. Think about this. You let Mr. Indecision, I don't know, I'm just bringing it up because it came up next. You let Mr. Indecision come back, this cornucopia goes to trash. Okay? You can have the cornucopia if you cut the fucking cords, get rid of the trash, get rid of the nonsense, because everybody knows that one last nonsense just came back around. And you're like, oh, should I do it? You're never going to have this unless you end the ugly, what's not serving you. And you can sit there and you can make every fucking excuse why you should try and hang on to it for one last moment, whether it be a job, a person, a friend, an idea that's not working anymore, something, anything. But if you want this, you know what you got to do. All right, guys, I know this was intense, but that's my message. Have a good night, and thanks for watching. And I hope that helps everybody.